So, good morning. It's Thursday, so it's the gentle yoga day. Woohoo! So I would suggest before we get settled down that you make sure you've got some props. So things like cushions. If you have tight hamstrings, you might want a strap, and a strap can be a dressing gown belt or a scarf. It doesn't need to be a yoga strap. It might be quite nice to have something soft to go beneath your knees. Think comfort. We're all about the comfort today. And maybe I did say we were going to start by lying down, but maybe we'll start by sitting so we get to do our familiar territory of circling. Bringing your hands to your knees, sitting up nice and tall. It's going to be a gentle practice today. And I can't guarantee that my words will flow because they're already struggling to find the correct sequencing. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, breathing in and out, gently through the nose. Need tissue. So Cindy was pointing out just now about the James Nestor book, Breathe. And in it, he provides all the science behind why we do these breath practices and what effect they have. And the two biggest nuggets, the two simplest, most important parts of that for me were that this ratio of breathing in for 5.5, 6, breathing out for 5.5, 6, that was the optimum breath for functionality within your body. Of course, it depends on the pace of your counting, but you'll find your rhythm with that. So just as we sit here, offer your body the gift of a nourishing breath. And the other conversation that runs through that book is the difference between breathing through your mouth and breathing through your nose, and how important it is to breathe through the nose if you can. The way that he puts it is that the breath through the mouth is just as backup. It's there as a sort of emergency route when the nose is blocked. But breathing through the nose is the primary channel. Okay, gently taking right ear to right shoulder, dropping chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, and coming up and over as you inhale. Switching directions. And then circling shoulders. So our practice is going to be mainly hip and hamstring today. A little bit of twisting. Okay, big forearm extensions. Make them slow as you inhale, reaching up tall. Exhaling as the arms come down. How's that connective tissue flowing this morning? Inhale as the arms come up, fold the elbows, hold on to either elbow. Let your neck be easy and free. And then rocking it gently from side to side, raising one elbow and then the other elbow. Come to center. As you breathe in, let your tummy expand. And as you breathe out, draw your tummy back towards your spine. So the inhale is a proper Buddha belly. It's very rare for any depiction of a Buddha to have a slim tummy. They usually have a lovely rotund waistline. So let them have that big inhale, and then as you exhale, you pull in towards the spine. Getting the diaphragm moving, bringing your hands down to your knees. Slow, steady circles with the heart. Feeling the entire journey. There's no rush, no agenda. You're just allowing some presence at the start of our day. So we've got a better chance of having some presence throughout our day. And then changing direction. Coming up to center. Do some circles with your wrists. In either direction. And then give your hands a shake. Any little pockets of tension that we might accidentally be holding on to, we'll just shake them off. Oh, that feels good. Okay, left hand comes across to right knee, right hand behind. Inhale as you sit up. Exhale as you rotate. Inhale as you come back and across to the other side. Get some height before you twist. Give your vertebrae space to move, to stack, and to feel a sense of fluidity. Feel free to have a little wriggle while you're there. And then coming back to center, take your hands behind your back, interlink your fingers, press the palms away, open across the front of the chest, and lift the gaze. Nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, fold forward. Inhaling as you come back up. Release the arms, come forwards, interlink fingers, press the palms away from you. Drop the chin towards your chest. This one never fails to make me yawn. I've literally never done this pose without yawning. I must have a little secret stash of tiredness somewhere tucked between the shoulder blades. And then coming back up to center. Already feels better. Okay, so let's come and lie down on our backs. And let's start with knees hugging in towards chest. As you squeeze the knees in, you might feel the sacrum, the back of your pelvis, settling towards the ground. And in fact, there's this lovely sort of sensation of the sitting bones dropping down. It makes the pelvis feel a little bit more square. It's almost like you can feel two corners, dropping down towards the earth. And then the same with the shoulders. So the entire torso starts to feel like a rectangle as you find those 4 corner points and bring them down towards the floor. It's a melting into the floor. And then bringing a hand to each knee, taking some slow, steady circles. And then switching directions. Threading arms up inside knees, catching hold of the shins. A very gentle, modified happy baby. As the knees move outwards, and you can continue to rock side to side. And perhaps your hands come up to catch your feet. And still the lower back is dropping into the floor, melting towards the earth. Well done. And then release the feet, have the knees together, keep them bent, open your arms wide. And then as you exhale, knees drop slowly to the right, gaze to the left. See again if you can do this with a sensation of resting. Bones feel heavy. And then bringing the knees back up to center. And take them over to the left, turning your gaze gently to the right. The shoulders may stay flat to the floor. And then inhale as you come back to center. Keep the left knee tucked in. And you're just going to bring the right leg up. And square that right foot. And then slowly extend the left leg down to the floor. You're welcome to keep the knee bent and just bring the foot to the floor if you have a tricky lower back or your hamstrings are particularly tight. And then looking up at your foot, you're going to turn, create a little arc with your toes as you turn your toes out to the right and then bring them back to center. Foot is flexed. And we're doing what we can to actually make this movement come from the hip rather than the knee. So the whole of the leg is moving. We're just exploring our external rotation there. It's one of those movements that is tiny but sometimes can be really quite tiring. Okay, coming back to center, and let's just play with going the other way, so taking the toes over to the left. You're not going to have as much movement there, but just to notice for yourself, how's that feeling in your hip? Well done. And then softening the knee, take your arm on the inside, catch hold of your foot. So I'm taking hold of the little toe edge of my foot. But for some people it's easier to take the inside, the big toe edge. You choose. And then rock from side to side. A nice one-sided happy baby. And perhaps your left hand's going to come and help your pelvis to stabilise. And then, releasing the foot, take your hand to the knee, right hand on right knee, and gently guide the knee over to the right hand side, but your hand's still supporting it. The left hand is stabilising the pelvis again. You can feel the iliac crest of your pelvic bowl. It's always like a really handy little handle to hold on to keep the pelvis in neutral. And then releasing the right hand, laying that out to the side as you start to take very big and very slow circles with the right knee. And feel free to have the eyes closed if you want to really get a sense of how this feels inside the body. Keep the eyes open if it feels more comfortable. And then how does it feel to switch directions? Okay, knee coming back in. Let's extend the leg up. And again, if that feels too much for your lower back, by all means bend the left knee. Bring the foot to the floor. You're going to take your hands around the back of your thigh, just with that little bit of extra support. Notice how everything can melt a little bit more into the floor. Remind yourself of Mula Bandha. Scoop the lower belly in towards the spine, and then start to walk your hands up the back of your leg as your forehead moves towards your shin. Make the most of your exhale. It's your friend here. It's always your friend actually, not just here. Bringing perhaps your right hand to your right toe, or maybe staying with your hands behind your calves, lower your head down to the ground. Soften the elbow out to the side and roll the right shoulder back towards the floor. Now your left leg is not just kind of flopping around here, it's very active. You've either got your knee bent and you're pressing the foot into the floor, or you've got your leg straight and you're pressing the heel away from you. Toes are pointing up. Your left hand continues to stabilise your hip as you turn your gaze to the left. And the right foot just goes 20 degrees, maybe 30 degrees out to the side. You can explore with making it feel good. I've actually got this wall next to me, so I'm able to rest my foot against the wall. And that does make it slightly easier, but it also offers a really nice feeling of having something to push against. It just feels great, actually. And then bringing that foot all the way back up to centre. Keep the head on the floor, open the elbow out to the side, draw the leg in a little closer, and then release the foot. Slide the left heel up towards you and place the right heel across. And then as the left knee draws in, you can thread your arms around the back of your left thigh and rock from side to side. You might even be gently encouraging the right knee away from your body by pressing the right elbow into the thigh. If you rock from side to side, I don't know how it feels to be in your body, but for me,
It's really quite interesting, the difference when I've moved the pressure around different parts of my pelvis. Okay, and then releasing. Both feet to the floor, arms either side of your body. Inhale. And as you exhale, push the knees away, let the hips rise. A little supported bridge. So you come back into neutral. See if you can ground each of your 10 toes. And then exhale as you come back down. I'm going to just bring the left knee in towards us now. And then extend the leg up towards the sky. Perhaps the right leg is going to straighten, perhaps not. And it might be very different from one side to the other. Squaring that elevated foot so the toes are coming back towards you, you're pushing the heel upwards. Draw a little arc with your toes, taking them over to the left and then back to center. See if you can find that movement right down in your hip. You can even put your hand in your hip joint and see how much movement you can encourage this external rotation here. How does it feel? And then changing directions. And still, the right leg is active, it's not just hanging out. Okay. And then soften the knee, take the left arm inside, catch hold of the big toe. Oh no, sorry. Take hold of the outside of your foot. We're taking one-sided happy baby. Rocking from side to side. It's all just an exploration. Like you're the early cartographer. Is it the cartographer that creates the map, that explores territories and creates the map? We're doing that for ourselves. Probably the wrong word. Okay, so now we're going to take left hand to left knee and just guide that across to the left hand side. Supported by the hand. Right foot is still strong. Right hand is possibly stabilizing the pelvis. Find an exhale here. And then take a slow and steady and really quite delicious circle with the left knee. Inhaling as the knee comes up and exhaling as the knee comes down. And then changing direction. Coming back to center and extending the leg. And wrapping your hand around the back of the thigh. Square the foot. Square both feet, in fact. Draw in through the pelvis and walk your hands up the back of your legs. Your leg, rather. Just the one. Forehead reaching up towards your shin. Use your exhale. And then possibly taking your hand and wrapping the two middle fingers around your big toe, or keeping your hands on the back of your calves, lower your head to the floor. Maybe the right hand comes to help stabilize the pelvis as the left elbow softens out to the side. And you draw your leg in towards you. This right leg you're welcome to have bent again like we did on the other side. You can always have your leg like that. And then softly taking the heel just 20 degrees over as you look to the right. Keep the lower back pressing down towards the earth. Inhale as the leg comes center again. Maybe take a little deeper stretch as you bring the leg in towards you. And then as you exhale, right heel comes in, left heel comes across, threading the needle with your hands. Rocking from side to side. And then releasing, bringing both feet to the floor. Arms either side. We'll just close with another supported bridge pose. So pressing down through your feet, letting the hips rise. Maybe even walking your arms in towards one another and interlinking fingers behind you. Breathing through the nose. Release the hands. Lowering your back down to the floor. Hugging your knees in and crossing your ankles so you can come back to sitting. Well done, everyone. I hope your body feels a little bit more awake now and a little bit more fluid. And tomorrow we have Koya. We're going to be dancing to the theme of is there enough? Trusting that there is enough. And it's going to be great fun. So maybe see you tomorrow. Have a gorgeous day.